God damn it, Samson. I leave you alone for 5 minutes, you eat an entire roll of pennies. Well, that doesn't sound like an admirable reason to do anything. No, I can't imagine anyone's going to accept this change now. That burned my hand.
Hey, chiming in for a minute. Do you think it's weird that I find all these violent love letters Jared from Subway sends me exciting and attractive? It's because I'm a sandwich, I know it. What is that?
What?
That.
What?
That.
What?
That thing.
What thing?
That thing.
What thing?
That thing around your neck.
What thing around the... Oh, the thing around my neck.
How were you so unaware of what I was talking about?
You weren't specific enough.
What in the hell is it?
I'm honestly not sure. I came home from work the other day and he was lying on the floor. He looked me in the eye, moaned my name hauntingly, and then vomited everywhere. And that's when I knew I loved him.
That's horrifying.
Love works in mysterious ways.
If love comes to me like that, it's going in the garbage disposal.
You leave Samson alone. You just scared him.
Why did you name him Samson?
I don't know. I don't have a reason. I rarely have a reason. When do I ever have a reason for anything I do?
And you're just going to allow this abhorrent monster to vomit and stay here?
You appeared at the door of my balcony, which is on the 2nd floor, by the way, and have brought nothing but nonsense and chaos into my life ever since. Clearly, my moral compass for allowing people into my apartment is a roulette wheel.
Well, at least I can moderately form a sentence and don't eat fucking pennies.
Yeah, take the good feelings you can get, you know what I mean?
No, don't know what you mean. I wouldn't have taken it.
Leave Samson alone, goddammit!
I say Socrates was wrong. Madness doesn't come from God. It comes from the Bucket Man Show.
Okay. In this day and age, we are handed many an ultimatum. Sometimes simple, sometimes complex. They come in all forms. Paper, plastic, red pill, blue pill, Biden, simply orange. Well, the game of Magic the Gathering is no place to hide from ultimatum. And today we play that in a big way. Today on Magic Arena, we pose an ultimatum not only to our opponent, but to ourselves in a deck I like to call Villainous Ultimatum. So a good amount of us already know what the Emergent Ultimatum deck is all about. It'd basically be like,
You have 3 choices. Die, death, and the end of your life.
more specifically, once we cast Emergent Ultimatum, we get to search our library for 3 monocolored cards. Our opponent must choose 2 of those cards, and we are able to cast them without paying their mana cost. That right there is optimal plan A for our deck. Plan number 2
Fucking shit!
is to use our massive array of mana to cast Villainous Wealth, essentially using our opponent's deck against them. Either way we're ramping, either way we're playing Sultai. The question is, do we pose the ultimatum at ourselves or our opponent?
This is somewhat ideal. We have ramp, and we have a pretty legitimate threat. We'll keep it. We will drop and pop a polluted delta, use it to grab a breeding pool and shock it into play, and then cast Utopia Sprawl, naming black. Keeping it simple, our opponent drops a Restless Ridgeline and passes the turn. We will shock into play a Hollowed Fountain and end our turn holding up a Growth Spiral. Our opponent drops a mountain and then casts Questing Druid, to which in response we will cast Growth Spiral, drawing us a card and allowing us to drop this Jetmir Triumph. We will drop it, pop a polluted delta, grab an Overgrown Tomb and shock it into play, and then cast Uro, gaining us 3 life, drawing us a card, and allowing us to drop our Flooded Strand. Our opponent drops a Forest, and then drops a Tireless Tracker, and gets in with a poke for 1. We will drop an Overgrown Tomb, and then cast Sheldred to gain some value off both our draws and our opponent's. Opponent drops and pops a Wooded Foothills, shocks into play an Overgrown Tomb, and then casts a Shivan Devastator at 3 mana. And aggression. Are you gonna show me aggression? I'll show you a 4 arms worth of aggression, you fuck!
I say Samson deserves a 4 arms worth of aggression.
You need a 4 arms worth of aggression.
Oh, come now, there's no need for...
Now the ultimatum's upon us. We finish the game with Emergent Ultimatum or Villainous Wealth. What do you think, Samson?
Turn out those lights!
Well, I can't count that as input weighing in on either option, so we're gonna cast the Emergent Ultimatum. Alright, opponent, the choices are simple. We either get a 10-10 dinosaur in an extra turn, or 2 extra turn. What are we gonna do? Oh, I was hoping you'd do that, because now not only do we get to take 2 extra turns, but we also get to immediately display the other point of this deck, Villainous Wealth. Though, mind you, there's no guarantee we'll get the game-winning stuff we need with Villainous Wealth, so we will brainstorm to make sure we have our options open to us, which, with Sheldred on the battlefield, will put us back to our starting life total of 20. And to even further seal the deal, we will escape Uro from the graveyard, gaining us 3 life and drawing us a card. Then we'll get in there for 4 with Sheldred. Our logic being we either get in there for 4 damage, or get multiple bodies out of their way in their attempt to kill Sheldred.
It was the latter of the 2 options.
One can only wish someone took the same approach when conceiving Samson.
Oh, that is fucking it.
Will not be robbed of my ability to speak.
I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I just shoved a power drill up a sandwich muppet's ass.
For the record, I don't have an ass.
Then how do you shit?
I allow it to seep through the bread.
Oh.
But I say enough talk of sodomy with the wall power tools. It's time to cast Villainous Wealth and see what our opponent has for us to win the game. We will cast the Tarmogoyf, along with the Maelstrom Pulse targeting the Shivan Devastator, and then top it off with Ragavan. Alright, so what do we do to defeat Captain Junderpants? In this instance, I say we side in the Rest in Pieces and the Shadows Verdict. And no sideboard cards in our hand, but I'll tell you what, this is a highly effective hand for either of our main plans for our deck. So we'll keep. Our opponent drops a forest, then cast Abundant Harvest looking for a land. Slap a tap Jetmir Triumph and pass the turn. Our opponent drops a Restless Ridgeline and passes the turn. We will drop a Polluted Delta, cast Utopia Sprawl targeting Jetmir Triumph, naming blue, and then crack Polluted Delta, grabbing a Zagoth Triumph and passing our turn. Our opponent drops a Rockfall Veil, and then cast a Cultivate, grabbing 2 snow-covered swamps, putting 1 into play tap. Alright, let's get our ramp on cramp on.
What does that even mean? Why would anyone want to do that?
Don't you ever question what comes out of my mouth. Get the fuck down from there.
It's really best not to question what comes out of my mouth. Dollars to donuts, you probably won't like the answer I give you.
But back to the meat of what we're doing. We will drop and pop a Windswept Heath, grab and shock a Breeding Pool in the play, and then cast not 1, but 2 Growth Spiral, ramping us 2 lands further. Our opponent drops a swamp, and then animates Restless Ridgeline to hit us for 3. Alright, audience of vast identities, we have the lands and we have the spell. Let's see if we can end this game. I can only hope that one day I go to make that face and my head just fucking explodes. And our opponent once again swings with the Restless Ridgeline they animated. Oh, are we getting a second chance here? Villainous Wealth, do us proud. Boy, talk about unlucky. Well, we're not letting our opponent's cards go to waste. We will cast their Questing Druid, followed by Abundant Harvest, naming non-land, and finally ending off with an Orcish Bowmaster of theirs. Our opponent drops a mountain. Ooh, now that there is a monster threat.
Samson's the real monster here. Way to advocate free speech, asshole.
Fuck you. Yeah, you said it, Samson. Well, things are looking grim to say the least, but not unsolvable. We will start off our turn by flashing in this Leyline Binding, targeting the Tyrannix Wreck. Next, we will drop a Flooded Strand, cast a Utopia Sprawl, naming blue, and then get in there for 2. Although between the difference of cards in hand between me and my opponent, along with difference in life totals, I'm not feeling super confident about this game too. Case in point dictated by us having to use the last card in our hand to solve the 6/6 flyer. Now you just want to go tit for tat, don't you, opponent? And we drew a Brainstorm. Oh, might as well use it. He will drop a Field of the Dead to start generating some zombies, followed by adding Yorion to our hand from the Companion Zone and casting him right away. Hopefully this wall here is enough to push through for the win. Also this. That is good for our ley line. I apologize for that sound and visual, that was terrible. We got pretty low on life there, so an Elder Gargaroth will help. And board wipes are always helpful against Jund as well as Titan of Industry, and hopefully that's enough to seal the deal for game number 3.
No!
This is something I can work with. We have the acceleration we need to get to our goal in a reasonable amount of time, a decent wealth of mana, and a counterspell to stall. We will start off with the Zagoth Triumph, and our opponent will start off with the Forest, followed by an Abundant Growth naming land. We will drop a Polluted Delta and pass the turn. Our opponent drops a Highland Forest and passes. We will pop our Polluted Delta, grab ourselves an island, and then cast Growth Spiral, dropping the World Tree into play. Alright, let's give ourselves some ramp cramps.
Don't you fucking dare nitpick my choice of word. Articulating my own thoughts with autism is already enough of a feat. So excuse me if I want to cut out sense and logic to some degree. Our forefathers fought for our freedom to speak, and I will speak my nonsense!
Why are you wearing different clothes?
Back to our cultivate. We will use it to search for a swamp and a forest, putting the forest into play tapped and the swamp in our hand, which we will then drop for our land for the turn. Our opponent drops a Rockfall Veil, and then cast Tireless Tracker. Move to our turn where we will peruse our options with Brainstorm. We will drop a Bloodstained Mire, then cast another cultivate, searching for a forest and an island, placing the island into play tapped and the forest in our hand. Our opponent drops and pops a Polluted Delta, grabbing a swamp, then pops one of the clues he's created to draw a card, and then hits us for 4 with his Pump Tireless Tracker. Before their turn is over, we will pop our Bloodstained Mire, grabbing the Raugrin Triumph. We will drop a forest, and then cast Uro, gaining us 3 life, drawing us a card, and allowing us to drop Hinterland Harbor into play. Then we will address that pesky little Tireless Tracker with an Assassin's Trophy, followed up by hopefully a meaningful step in ending the game, escaping Uro from the graveyard, gaining us another 3 life, drawing us a card, and allowing us to drop Field of the Dead into play, generating a zombie token. And our opponent pops a clue, hoping to draw a card to get them out of the mess they're in here. Our opponent drops and pops a Windswept Heath, grabbing a forest, and then casting a revolt-triggered Fatal Push to kill Uro. But I honestly don't think that's going to change the pace of this game, not with our Field of the Dead online. Next, our opponent casts Squirming Emergent to reanimate their Tireless Tracker, and much like men in Texas who know they're about to lose something, our opponent shoots us in the face for 3. Alright then, let's see what we draw.
Oh, hello there.
陽気な気分でもう前進しよう顔を上げていつも全力でゴーそろそろの準備 OK 背伸びしたらリラックス高い壁を飛び越えてゆこう全力発進どんどん進んで
Thank you for watching my constituents of chaos. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And if you have a deck you'd like to see played on the show, please contact me on my Instagram. Your love and attention means more to me than you can ever know, and I cannot thank you enough. So once again, thanks for watching. Pay attention to the social media pages, and we'll see you next time.